Welcome, I'm Ted. In today's video, we're going to wire up this backup camera into a console switch. Alright, to mount this backup camera, we're going to use this gland to run the wire through the metal. And now, I don't know, one thing that makes me nervous sometimes, I see people doing electrical work, not necessarily something with a low voltage like this, but running wires into, say, an electrical box without the connectors and the wires just rubbing against the rough edge of the metal. And that's just a recipe to wear the insulation of the wires down and get a short circuit or a fire or shock hazard or anything like that. So anytime to run wire through, especially metal, use some sort of connector to protect it. So this is supposed to be waterproof as well, and it's got a bunch of different parts. So you have just the plastic body, and then this part with the little fingers on the end is going to be the one that's facing out towards the weather. And then I'm going to put a rubber O-ring around the threads, and that will go into the side of the bus. And from the inside of the bus, this nut will go in the back to tighten it down. Then there's another little sort of rubber bushing, and that fits sort of inside out by these little threads, not the threads, but the little finger things. The wires will go through, and then this nut will screw on the front, and that will sort of squeeze everything together, and the wire will come out, and it will sort of create, hopefully, sort of a weather-tight and rain-tight, water-tight seal around the wires. So one thing that's a challenge is this backup camera has these plugs in at the end, the stick part. So I chose the biggest. I chose the smallest one that I could to try to fit these through, which is a tight fit. So then it, need a big aspect to go through here, but then you want as small as you can with this wire to keep it tight. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to drill a hole big enough for this in the bus. Also, we're going to pre-drill some holes to this bracket, and then I was thinking, how do you get this drill through this bracket? But this bracket actually comes off this particular camera, which is good. I'm always nervous about doing stuff like that before I break it. So let's go drill some holes. Use this step fit to get up to the right size. Looks like these to be 11/16.
Turn it up now.
Tight fit. Come on, get in there. Okay, we got a fish wire now. From here all the way down the sides.
Turn it up now.
Okay, we're gonna run the camera to this switch that I took out as the old destination sign switch, rather than bringing it into the reverse lights lead, which maybe times where I want to check out what's behind the bus without being in reverse, maybe in the highway, or I don't know. It seems like I might want to. So we got this old switch, and we're going to wire into that. So the blue and the white wires, I discovered those power the little light bulb that goes in the switch, And so we'll do those, and then one of these leads will run to the power bus bar, and then the other one will go to the power of the camera, and then we'll ground the camera right to one of the bus bars in the electrical box. Okay, wired the power supply down to the power bus bar here, and the white and blue wires tied in up here. This is very messy. Kind of embarrassed to show it to you, but it was kind of like that, and I didn't really know how to fix it. And then the power lead from the switch comes down and ties into the power lead to the camera here. It goes up to the camera, and the ground goes to there. Okay, it's time to test the backup camera. So thanks for joining us today. Overall is actually kind of one of the more simple projects other than snaking the wire in those tight spots. But all the wiring came out pretty easily. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments. I would be happy to answer them the best I can. So appreciate you watching. Thanks for joining along as always. Like, subscribe, share if somebody else is going to do this project so they have a resource. And I look forward to seeing you down the road. Thanks for watching.